Welcome back to this episode where I show you how I go through with making my business. Today we're going to go through how I created a bank account. But before we get into banking, let's talk about EINs, or Employer Identification Numbers. It's sort of like a social security number for your business, and it's crucial to have in order to get wholesale discounts and to create bank accounts. You also need it to file taxes as well as other things. Getting the EIN is pretty easy. Once you are registered, Google Get EIN. This will take you to the IRS website. From there, you click Apply Online Now. You'll be asked what your business is for, why you're applying, what kind of business you are, how many members, as well as other things. All very rudimentary stuff. You'll be asked to enter personal details like your name, social security number, and the reason you're applying for an EIN. Enter the physical address for your business, and after answering a small questionnaire on tax-related content and what industry you're in, you'll be awarded with a PDF with your EIN confirmation number. Now that I have my employer identification number, it's time to open a bank account. But why have a bank account in the first place? Well, there's many reasons, but the main reason why I'm doing it is because I want to separate my personal finances from my business finances so that once tax season comes around, it's really easy to get all that sorted out. And if I have any issues with the business as far as finances, I can just point to that account instead of having my personal account linked up with the business. You might remember from my first video, click here to see that the Small Business Development Center recommended this online bank called Aslo. I hadn't been exposed to Aslo before, so I emailed them to get some more information. And after a few days of not receiving a reply, I decided to go and actually do my own research. Per the advice of someone close to me, I started researching all the banks that were brick and mortar stores nearby. And in the end, I found out that these banks, Bank of America, Bank of the West, Chase, Wells Fargo, and BBVA, would all be pretty good banks to deal with. Practically all of the banks had limits on monthly transfers, which I did not like. On top of limited transfers, they usually also had monthly account fees. Granted, these could be waived away usually, oftentimes by having a minimum account balance. However, I still didn't like it. What this is all trying to say is that it's really complicated. Out of all the brick and mortar stores, Bank of the West, Chase, and BBVA were the most enticing offerings, and here's why. Bank of the West requires only one deposit per month in order to waive the fee, and they're also a responsible bank. What this means is that they'll only invest into socially and environmentally responsible investments. If you didn't know, banks make their money by investing whatever money you have in that account. Another bank, Chase, at the time of recording, has a $300 sign-up bonus for when you start your account. This would practically make any fees waived because I would be able to pay them with that $300 sign-up bonus. They also have a large presence in the banking world, and they also are international. Finally, BBVA has no monthly charge at all and has many free services as well. They also have a large international presence. So which one did I go for? I went for BBVA since they offer many services that I can utilize, and if I didn't like them, I could close the account after 6 months, free of charge. Now let's go to a branch and open an account. But wait, I'm not quite ready to open an account yet. There's still one question that I have to answer. What about the online banks? I only was able to find 2, and out of the 2, Aslo seemed better since the only transfer fees they had were for instant transfers operating similar to companies like Venmo. It also seems like a very simple, straightforward bank, but when I tried calling them, I wasn't able to get a hold of them. This is a huge red flag for me because if something goes wrong with my bank account, I don't have any other way to contact them. The only way I can contact them is through this phone number, which apparently they don't answer. I can't just walk into a brick and mortar store like I would with one of the other companies mentioned earlier. On top of this, after a few emails and some more digging, I found that Aslo was actually a subsidiary of BBVA, and they actually took one of BBVA's business accounts, cut off everything that required a fee, and called it a completely free account. Basically, I could take the same business account with BBVA, do everything I can with Aslo, and still have options for paid services if I ever need them, as opposed to Aslo where I don't even have that option. Is it shady marketing? I don't know, but what I do know is that I'm going to be going with BBVA. Let's go to get the bank account. Alright, so I just came out of the bank, I just opened the account, and man, it took much longer than I was expecting, but that's fine because it worked and now we're here. So yeah, after 2 hours later, made an appointment this morning, came in, 2 hours later I come out, and here I am with a bank account. Be getting the card in 7 to 10 days, probably going to update you guys then. Alright, so I didn't see that last clip until just now editing the footage. And what I can say is I got the card, everything's working well, and I can recommend BBVA to other people. I can also say that it might be worth trying Bank of the West. I didn't know about their environmental things beforehand, and they seem pretty good as well. So if you're into that, give that a shot. Thank you for watching this video today, and I will catch you in the next one.